Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs Man City match reaction. And without further ado, Clayton, as we promised, take it away.
All is at the well. Tell me how good does it feel? We've got Bruno and Pogba and French.
Yeah. I did say, well, Clay said he will sing Ollie's at the wheel if we won. I somewhat knew it could happen, but by all means, Ollie, the boys today, job well done. I cannot take anything really that much away from you guys today. You have done what you've actually known to do. To be fair to you guys, when the pressure almost seems like it's all gone, everything's in the pit. Ollie looks like his job's back on the line. You guys pull out a result, and I'm actually low key starting to wonder if Pep actually lets us win. I'm low key convinced that Pep lets us win games because that City today, my God. I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't know what you guys are doing. You let us win with like 5% possession. Yeah, you're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. But anyways, Manchester is red. Oil money can only take you so far in life, unfortunately. Doesn't mean you get the bragging rights. So, it is what it is. I'm still in a good mood. So, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe, do smash a like, do comment down below your player ratings. Because, boys, I think there will be some very interesting ones. But, before we get into the player ratings, gentlemen, I'm going to ask you about your thoughts on the game and where we had when we had the ball, we did things, but and then we didn't have the ball much. But yeah, I'm a little bit. Take it away.
Football. Football is amazing, gents. Like, it is the best reality TV there is. Who could have called us today? Yes, Shinny kind of did. To be fair to him, he kind of did. But, like, no one could have called us today. Like, and I consider betting 2-0 on United. I'm so mad at myself on Betway, but it's fine. That's not
Well, Clayton sabotaged my fantasy league team, but
really
we won't get into that. Got Bruno on my bench, but
I'm really happy with this performance. I want to lie to you guys. I think we deserve today's win. And yes, I do know City weren't amazing. They were very far from it. But I think a large part of that was because of us. Because we came with a game plan that, let's be fair, a lot of us don't like. And we prefer it be otherwise. But I think we played it to perfection. We played it to the T. We did what we had to do in this game. We're very disciplined. We're very driven. And I'm just happy about that. I'm happy that these guys could knuckle down against the best team in the league, really. And really just put them under so much pressure that they shock. Like, City was shell-shocked from minute one. And they just couldn't recover, which I absolutely loved. And we pressed them really high from the start. We got the penalty. And I think that was just the catalyst for the whole game, really, because, as I say, City didn't come back, and we looked on top for the first 30 minutes or so, and then we did drop off a little. But I think
I'll let it.
I think off the ball we were so disciplined, and I didn't give him any space, and I'm lagging now.
We kind of heard what you said. No, yeah, we kind of heard what you said. Yeah, we kind of heard what you said. We gave him lots of space. Yeah. We heard everything, really.
Off the ball, I think we were absolutely amazing. And we didn't give them a sniff, really. And, that was the plan. Ollie executed the plan today, so I can't really fault him for that. I can't say, but we won, but we need to be playing with more on the ball. No, he executed the plan today. And we'll worry about that later, in my opinion. So I'm really, really happy.
Clear. I feel like you're not going to be that happy.
Yeah, definitely not. I actually completely disagree with almost everything he said. The only thing I agree with is that we were good in the first half. That's it. We were good for about the first 25 minutes, I would say. Until then, our pace just completely dropped off the ball. We didn't know how to press anymore. City had all the space in the world. They were finding pockets left, right, and center. We were kept collapsing on ourselves to make sure we were just the lowest block of blocks possible that City just could not break down. We got lucky. Shaw got put on his ass in the first half.
That's the plan, though.
Shaw got put on his ass, guys. That's how bad it was.
Is drop back and counter not the plan, though?
And no.
So in that sense, did not execute the plan.
No, I don't think so, because we played a completely different style of football for the first 20 minutes.
I don't think so.
We played a high pressing style that pushed them back and allowed us to counter very efficiently.
I think I'm in between both of you, to be honest. I think sit back, park the bus counter was definitely the plan. But I definitely think that Ollie did tell them, though, for the first 20 minutes, press them.
don't know.
Outside, we
And like
press
I've heard these things. I've heard these things with Mourinho where I just don't think managers switch between playing styles that much during the game. I really don't. What I think happened is that the plan, yes, is to press high when we can and drop back when we can. And we did that very well at the start because City were a bit off. But as soon as City regained their confidence and they started pressing, naturally the style slightly changes and we drop back more and we play more on the counter. So I just think it's just consequence of the progression of the game. But at the end of the day, what we were there to do, especially after getting a 1-0 win, is sit back, soak it in, close all the gaps, which I think were amazing defensively, and hit them on the counter as best as you can. And I think we were consistent enough. And it Jose Mourinho football. It is definitely. And I know people don't like that, but we played it to the T today. And I'm very proud that the players did it.
Again, I disagree, because once again, we had so many openings that so many times, even when just Phil Foden came on, he had like
But
3 attempts.
I'm glad.
And
for
that's in
Foden.
30 minutes.
I am glad for Foden didn't start this
He
game.
worked
today.
everything. Just because City were shit with their chances doesn't mean we were so good defensively. We closed up. shop, we
I
can't make
agree with
sense
that.
of
I do agree with that. I think that I wouldn't slate United's
I don't know.
performance today, but I think another day we don't get City
Another day,
like today.
City's on.
City
They
would
put
have
five
they would have
past
put
us.
5 faster. Yeah, I agree. They would have.
I think City played like that because I think a lot of it, we made them play like that. They can't just switch off. Out of nowhere, this team that's been consistent game in, game out, they just switch off.
No, yeah,
that's
true. No,
bullshit.
it's true.
My
I agree
opinion,
with that.
that's
I'm in between both. I am between both. I wouldn't
Yes,
say
okay.
I'm proud of our performance, but did we play for that performance? 100% played for that performance. I agree with Moloto. There's no ways Oli was going to go play City. No chance. He was like, sit back. Let's just counter,
Definitely
pray
not.
to
But
God.
I'm just
that, you
saying
know.
that the praise shouldn't be there, to your point.
No,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah,
we
yeah.
did okay.
Today-
We did okay. We
I
got away with it. That's where my mind's
I
at.
disagree.
We got
I
away
honestly
with it.
disagree.
I don't
I
think we
think
got away with it,
even-
but
Even when Mourinho plays the style, there will always be chances. I think a lot of the time we dealt with them and we did enough. You can't be absolutely perfect. That's impossible. And when the other team doesn't score, great. They missed their chances. Like I said at the beginning when I started, it was partly because City were crap. I agree with that. But a lot of it was because we were good. And that credit has to be given to Manchester United.
Yes, again, I'm not saying that we don't deserve any credit. I'm saying we don't deserve mass praise for the entire team.
Yeah,
Having
yeah,
a stellar
yeah,
performance
yeah.
that blew City out
today
of
you
the
could
park.
still
Completely
see,
kept them
yeah.
quiet,
The
closed the
thing
shop.
is, you can't deny the fact today that you could still see why City are miles ahead of us. You can still see why they were
Yes.
miles ahead of us. They just,
I know, I won't disagree.
yeah.
I just think for the style we're playing, I just don't see if we can do it any better, really, for that style. And I'm not disagreeing that we should maybe be doing more. We should maybe do more on the ball. We should be more aggressive. But for this style, I think the lads came in the Manchester Derby and took it serious and were driven and were brilliant in that sense. So I'm going to commend them for that.
I've
Again,
got huge
another
praise
issue,
for the players today, definitely. Some of the players I thought were
Yeah.
bloody brilliant, but they have been brilliant. It's just last couple of weeks, like we said, the players haven't been able to do the madness that they do because sometimes it runs out. And you know, today obviously we did have a plan. Today Oli could use his plan because City will come at us. They will have a lot of the ball, which feeds into Oli's hands perfectly, like we said in the preview. So, and it shows why
The
we
thing is-
can't break down low blocks. We could, if we played a low block team today, if City just
Yeah.
parked it today, we were never gonna score.
Yeah,
never
yeah,
gonna
that's
score.
100%. 100%. Our weakness is when we play low block teams, and that's what Oli needs to fix. If he wants to play the style, sure, play it against the bigger teams. But if you can manage to be more on the ball and be more creative in the smaller teams, then you balance out the team. And yeah, it was always going to happen with City. Okay, I don't know, because I felt like they would do what they did in the Carabao Cup. I thought their retention of the ball was so good that we wouldn't be able to counter them. They didn't do it today. And yes, partly, you have to say, yeah, it didn't look like City against Wolves. But partly it was because of how disciplined we were.
I think so. But City, I think City were very, very unfortunate today. Sterling plays for us. He's definitely a Man United fan. I have no doubt in my mind that he's a United fan. That boy loves us. He was even defending for us. Little falls. He's like Sterling. He's like, no problem. Gosh, he heads it for a goal kick. Almost at a corner. He heads it for a goal kick. So you know, Sterling today madness. KDB didn't play. I just gonna put that out there. KDB didn't play. Gundogan really didn't have his chances. Foden when he came on, I shat myself. So I'm glad he didn't play. And yeah, Jesus. I don't know why he said Pep went down that route. You know, he has his reasons. You know, Pep is where he is and we are where we are. So you know, it is what it is. But yeah, If I was a City fan,
I feel like
I'd be very disappointed today. But if I'm a United fan, I don't think it changes anything. I think if you support Oli, you want the team to do well, you back it, you'd be like, that's a perfect performance for Oli and the boys. If you Oli out, you're probably like, yeah, but now Rashford's injured. We saw that coming. We played negative football still. We counted. We didn't learn anything new. The players were there today. So it is what it is. Or you just be like, what, in between, all in all, I think I always ask myself after each game, did we deserve the win today? Maybe not necessarily in the way we played, we deserved the win. But I can say we deserved the win today. That makes sense. I don't think our play style warranted a win today. But definitely, we did what we had to do. We knew what we were going to do. City knew what we were going to do. Everyone in the world knew what was going to happen in today's game. But we took our chances. They didn't. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. It's not my fault
Yeah.
Sterling can't finish to save his life. And KDB ghosted. It's not my fault. Some players, suppose you don't turn up in the big games. But he turned up today, you know what I mean? But anyways.
And the thing, why I find it hard to take that excuse of they didn't turn up is how relentless this team is. They turn up every game. They don't not turn up. It's not in City. So we had a major part to play in how they played today.
Yeah, I think so though. I think we did kind of force his hands a little bit. We can play relegation football, which is what relegation teams will do when they play City, but we have better players to do it in. So, and that's why we get the result. We just got the better players to play
Klopp said,
that
Klopp
way of
once
football.
said that.
Yeah, that's exactly. There we go. So
Klopp once said that. And the next, from an Ole Inner point of view, the next step is to look for a balance, which he struggled with a lot. And it shouldn't be down to getting better players. That's lazy. And that says that you're not a good enough coach. This guy needs to work on how productive
he
his system is.
He needs a
against
system.
The low blocks.
He needs a better system because this system it worked today. I have never denied the fact that it does not never work, but it's not consistently good enough. That's what it is. That's all it is. That's why I said by all means, Oli. Mark my words, this feels like the Champions League thing again. Mark my words, Oli and this team can go on a run from now till the end of the season. It could be great, we could make a semi-final and then it could dip again at the vital point, and I wouldn't be surprised. And that is why I'm Oli on. Until Oli gets to that point in the season and to the end where it's like, shit, he did everything right. Then, I will see improvement,
What I think before we move on is that personally, I would want a style more like Liverpool and the City. I want that. If I had a preference, I would take that. But I don't think we have to eradicate this completely. And I just think, and it won't happen, but this guy just needs, if he's not good enough in terms of tactics, he needs to get people who are. Because from an Ole Inner point of view, there is something with this guy, but he's also lacking in some departments. And why?
We somewhat heard you. He's lacking in some departments, and this is why.
This network is all out. Bloody hell.
Yeah, I know it's been all out, but don't worry, it's been all out. It's been all out. We've said this many times in the show. As soon as you're about to say, "Nah, Oli's that," and then you freeze and like the universe. There we go. But yeah, no, it's the same things though. We really didn't learn anything today. We can't say we learned anything today. What we did learn is though what we expected, playing our best players game in game out. Luckily, Rashford. I don't know. How, Rashford is dead. I don't know. I hope that's not so bad. But Rashford is dead. We played an injured Victor. Martial looked 100%, so I'm hoping that's fine. But even then, he was considered a doubt for this game. Luke Shaw, thank God he didn't go injured, but there was a scare where he had to go, off the touchline too. Oli did get away with it. And like I said, at the moment, what this is just cowardly football with quality players. That's what it is. Coward football with quality players. And he can get away with it. I don't deny it. I've never denied it. He can get away with it. But it's not good enough.
And it must be said,
it's not good enough.
To argue for the other side a little bit, Pep is a bit arrogant.
Pep was definitely
He's arrogant.
Yeah, he was definitely arrogant.
Because
he hasn't learned to listen. He's the
so many
only
managers have
exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's the only top manager this season to not have learned his lesson against Oli.
Yeah.
All the other managers are like, screw this. We don't need the 3 points even. We're just gonna play a low block. You try beat us, and we couldn't. Pep was like, now I'm gonna show the world why we're the goats. And I said it. They're gonna chase that record. They chased it, and they got punished.
And because of that, unusually enough, Ole has a very good record against Pep Guardiola.
Exactly. So it is what it is. Some would say it is what it is. I don't think anything changes really. I just think hopefully now for the benefit of United, they go on a run, and that run somehow lasts a little longer than normal. Like I said, I still stand where I am. It's not gonna change anything. All he needs to make top four easily without me stressing my balls off, and he needs to win a trophy. Otherwise, I still stand where I am. It's got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go.
And to go back to a point where we all agree that this is a really good result for top four.
It is a good result.
Yeah,
None
would
of,
have taken
let's be
third
honest,
today.
none of us gave us a chance really today. None of us. We were like, you know what, we would lose, we could draw at best. And I didn't even say a win. I said it could happen. Obviously, I gave the reasons why it could happen, and exactly the reasons I gave happened today. But I didn't even give us a chance today, and so fair play to the boys. And like I said, this team has got a knack for that. No one gives them a chance. There's no pressure. Jobs on the line. Prime Manchester United turns up, and they do that. I wouldn't say it's a prime performance, because one thing I'm gonna say before we go on to the player ratings: anyone below us on the league table, you should be ashamed of yourself. We are bloody awful, and for us to be second in the league, oh my god, yeah, you guys just need to all take a long look at yourselves, because you're all massive frauds. We United, we got dominated. I'm not gonna deny the fact that we got dominated today. We got bitched today, but because I have a certain man called Bruno Fernandes, these are these.
I'm not saying this is my opinion, but someone else could say, "Oh, Shani, you just have really high standards."
Well, my reply would be that you're supposed to have high standards at Manchester United. My whole life has been on high standards at this club. It is what it is. So Alex Ferguson is the GOAT. Is the GOAT. He made that team where it was the GOAT. It's not my fault. I got spoiled when I was young. I seen gold everywhere, I seen glory everywhere, I seen amazing football everywhere. So it is what it is. If you want this to be your United forever and ever, that's on you. That's on you. You can be depressed every week by playing shitty football. I'm okay. But anyways, boys, I think the most important part, the most interesting part is going to be these player ratings, because I think there will be some high player ratings, but then I think there'll be some low player ratings, you know what I mean? And we will give a rating at Ollie at the end, and I think that's where we'll continue the conversation with Ollie and the tactics in general today. But starting off with Dean Henderson. Obviously today I can't play because he's a dad now, so all happy to see him. However, if you're a Dino fan like myself, I don't have anything against De Gea. I love De Gea, but my god, that is my future goalkeeper standing in those goals today. Goodness. Saving everything that came towards him, dealt with very cool, collectedly. He was a captain, he was a leader today in that backline. The distribution for the Luke Shaw goal, next level. That throw, De Gea will never do. De Gea will never do that throw. I've seen De Gea play at this club for many, many years, and not once have I ever seen De Gea do something like that. So Dino is just, like I said, he's your all-round goalkeeper. Today he was a little bit more tested. He was a bit fortunate. I will be fair to De Gea. He was very fortunate that, not one of those City shots went in, the big chances went in. So he is fortunate at that. But he keeps a clean sheet against Manchester City, and it's not like he just sat back and had nothing to do. So, and it did help create the goal. So I'm going to give Dino an 8 out of 10. I thought he was absolutely fantastic, and I love Dino, and I hope he takes his, he is taking his chance at the moment. He's definitely taking his chance at the moment.
And this man's ready. I don't think anyone can argue that, in my opinion. I think it's just that we have two goalkeepers who are brilliant.
That's just the relatives. We have two great goalkeepers. Yeah. Nothing less, nothing.
Yeah. And great performance. Very dominant. Very vocal. Distribution. Yeah, you're right. Here it doesn't even get close to his distribution. And he just does the things, and he's rounded, as you say. And I think it was an absolutely amazing game for him today. So I was going to say 7.5, but I think I'll agree with you 8.
Yeah, I think it's that simple right now. Just brilliant performance from 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's definitely fair. Oh boys, this man, yeah. I tell you what, boys, I had a man of the match, but then he went on to score a goal, so I had to change it. This man. Oh, we've been through a lot together on this channel, especially. We have been going through a lot on this channel. We have been criticized. He has been criticized. We've said things about Luke Shaw. Many people have said things about Luke Shaw. Some of us backed him. Some of us never gave him a chance. And now he's in the form of his life. He was so good today that he benched Cancelo. You guys have any idea how mad that is? He was so good today he benched Cancelo. What I didn't like about Luke Shaw today, and I don't think it was his fault, because I think it was a tactic, he was holding Maguire's hand way too much today. He was a lot when he had to defend. I'm talking defending specifically, not going forward. When he had to defend, he was right there playing as almost as a centre back, which allowed him
Very
to
narrow.
get double teamed on, you know. So the Cancelo used to come, and then he still had to deal with Mahrez, and we've seen something we don't really see often, and that's Luke Shaw got put on his ass for like the first time for who knows how long, you know. But he finally gets his goal, and he deserves it. Going forward, he's been absolutely phenomenal. We've all said, even if Cancelo or Luke Shaw was in our combined 11 and they had to fight for one spot, we're all going to pick Luke Shaw. I think he is definitely the best left back in the league. I still think he's underrated. I don't understand how our own fans can criticize him. I understand rival fans. Our rival fans will just, criticize good players for the sake of banter, like I do with KDB. But Luke Shaw, if you're a United fan, I don't understand how you can hate this guy. And to be fair to Luke Shaw, this is not ever really the first time Luke Shaw has been playing like this. Because Luke Shaw has been good, and he's been consistently good for a very long time. It's just now, because he's got the numbers, he's putting up the stats, you can't deny it. And without a doubt, my man of the match, 10 out of 10, absolutely flawless.
I was amazing. I hope Gareth Southgate was watching.
He was watching.
Because if I don't see this guy on the England team, I'm gonna have a problem with him. Yeah, no, amazing performance. I didn't see the double team you talked about. Maybe I just wasn't focused on that. But going forward, oh my gosh, he was a gem today. Those runs he was making were so productive. The combination with Rashford as always, and I just loved watching him today. So I have to agree, 10 out of 10, man of the match.
Yeah, it was a good performance today, and I don't quite think it was a double team just because Cancelo cuts inside so much. So, not so much. But I do agree with you that I think he was at fault more towards tactics than his own potential bad plays, I guess. That he had to stay narrow because the wide players beat him quite often, especially towards the end of the game. Crosses were coming from left and right consistently, and it just looked like we didn't know what we were doing anymore. And it just, we wanted to nullify them by just coming in closer to make sure the crosses don't do anything, but allowing them crosses nonetheless.
Yeah, I also don't get it, but I don't get it.
It's very frustrating to watch the fullbacks do that. But yeah, Shaw was brilliant today. There's no argument. Man of the match easily. Brilliant performance. Fantastic goal. He's been looking for it for a while. Deserved 10 out of 10.
Saved my FPL this weekend, to be fair to him. I can't lie to you. Yeah, he saved my FPL team. He saved my FPL team. So, yeah, solid performance. I'm so happy for Luke Shaw. Man, I'm so happy for Luke Shaw. That's the reason he's our player of the month. Today is exactly the reason why he's player of the month. And like you said, Gareth Southgate, I actually hope you weren't watching because I would like Luke Shaw to be fully rested since my manager doesn't look after my players. So I would like Luke Shaw not to be selected, to be honest. Nothing against you, Luke Shaw. I know you would love to play for England, but yeah, personally as a fan, you can't slate me for it. Harry Maguire is an interesting one today. Because I know we protected the shit out of him. That's definitely the tactic. We protected the shit out of these two centre backs week in, week out. But I thought he was somewhat solid today. I'm not Harry Maguire's biggest fan, but everything that he dealt with, to be fair, I'm not going to praise him that much because it's bloody City. If you get dominated in the air by City, you've got problems. You've got bigger problems than you think.
Sterling, Foden,
yeah, if you get dominated by those guys, you got big problems. So I'm not gonna big you up too much, but solid at the back. You didn't drift anything. You were disciplined. I don't think you were a captain performance, so I always knock you down for that. I thought you were average. I'll be honest. Let me not gas you up. I think you're average. I'm gonna give you a 6.
Shaw was definitely better, but I think game, to be honest, I think a lot of pivotal blocks I saw from him, and that played a part in our defensive display. And yeah, he kept a clean sheet. I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10.
Okay, I'm not mad at the 7.
Yeah, I think it's just that simple. It was a good performance from him. He did his job pretty well. 7.
The irony is what Malota said about Maguire. I actually thought about Victor Lindelof today. I thought his blocks were quite crucial today. Yeah, I thought his blocks were very crucial today. I thought he was disciplined as well. Aerially, the only mistake Lindelof had that I can think of is that when Foden got the chance and he just kicked fresh air. So that was the only problem because that was Lindelof just switching off. But then other than that, again, I would say solid performance. And It's a Lindelof performance. I'm just gonna give him a 7 as well. I think Maloto is lagging, so okay, maybe you go.
Yeah, I think so as well. But yeah, I fully agree. I thought Lindelof was really disciplined today. I thought he was more the man to get all the blocks, get in the way. Because again, he's not aerially dominant. We all know that from him. So we come to expect a bit more of a blocking style from him, and he's doing that very well today. And yeah, I have no complaints. I go for 7.
Mm. 7 for Victor Lindelof. I think we can continue. Let's wait for Maloto.
Oh, Victor. To be honest, I didn't notice him much. I won't lie to you. I think Maguire was more notable with all those blocks I was saying. But then the fact that I didn't notice him, I guess, in a way, can be a good thing. I think he held the shape really well. And yeah, they defended well together. And I can't really fault him too much. I see you guys gave him 7, so maybe I should hear what you guys thought.
No, we literally
But-
just said what you said about Maguire. We thought we seen it with Lindelof. Is that we've seen the blocks from Lindelof. We've seen a more solid performance from Lindelof.
Okay. Weird. But yeah, I think I'm going to give him a 6.5, just below Maguire.
That's fair. So I think we just
I think
seen
What's going on here is that you guys are more Victor fans, and I'm a Maguire fan. So.
I wouldn't say I'm a fan of both of them. Don't associate me with neither of these guys.
Preference. Okay, preference then. You guys
I
don't perfect.
still think I have preference of Lindelof over Maguire. To be honest, I'm like ish. I would
I
probably.
will gladly fly my Lindelof flag high.
I'm all about the buy Twanze. We play them till they're dead, and if we don't have them because they're injured, play no centre backs. But anyways, I mess around. This guy here, I feel like his performance might go under the radar because I actually thought it was mad solid from Aaron today. I thought defensively, did you hear anything from Aaron? Because I didn't. Right? Like normal, if a big team plays against Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I don't hear anything until Foden came on. Now, obviously, I rate Foden highly, but until then, I didn't hear anything down Aaron Wan-Bissaka's side. Going forward, he didn't do it as much as Shaw because our attack is so left-sided heavy. But today, when he had to go forward, again, I thought he was solid. So, 2 brilliant performances at fullback from both of our fullbacks, and I rate our fullbacks highly. These 2 fullbacks I wanted before they came to United as well. I wanted Luke Shaw when he was at Southampton, and I wanted Aaron Wan-Bissaka when he was at Palace. I've always rated these 2, and I'm happy to see them perform to this. And I'm gonna give Aaron. It might be high, but like I said, I do think his performance flew under the radar, so I'm gonna give him an 8. Clean sheet. No one beats him. Going forward, good. So yeah, 8.
Yeah, nah, actually, I wasn't going to give him, but maybe Lippiness. I think it wasn't what he's done in the past with Sterling, where he's like completely demolished Sterling and pocketed him. But to a certain extent, he dealt with Sterling quite well. And in general, defensively, he was great that side. And going forward, yeah, didn't really do much, of course. And the few times he had to go forward, as he said, I think he was clean in his passing. So, good game. I'll say 7.5.
Right, I was gonna say about the Sterling thing quick before you go, Clay, is that you realize he doesn't have to defend Sterling because Sterling plays for us. He's an extra defender for us. In case you guys don't know what I'm talking about, please go find the clip of Sterling with the free header. Lindelof slips, and Sterling has a free header in the box, literally in the box. Anyone else would have scored it, and he puts it out for a goal kick to United. It was ridiculous. But yeah, anyways, 7.5.
Yeah, I just thought it was a really solid performance from Aaron today. So I didn't really see anything too troubling down his side. Again, he dealt Sterling accordingly. And again, the only time I thought there was issue was with Foden. I agree with that. And he gave away that nasty foul. It was, oof.
I mean, I respect
hard
it.
about
I
that.
would have also given him the cup, but I respect it.
Damn! But yeah, otherwise I think it was just a solid performance. So I'm just going to 7.
Yeah, I mean, it's the goodness.
I think he prefers to play against players like Sterling over Foden, because Foden's all about.
You know what I think
positional
about
sense
Foden
and-
also? I think Foden
That-
is more intelligent as well. I know Sterling is intelligent, don't get me wrong.
yeah.
But Foden is mad smart. Like, he knows what Aaron's going to do. And it
That's
seems like
true.
every time Foden goes against Aaron Wan-Bissaka or another fullback, he puts the ball, like, just wider than where the tackle, like, because he knows the tackle's going to come. So he's not going to try to do something too ridiculous. He's just going to win the foul. He's going to put it wider. He's going to make sure Wan-Bissaka doesn't win the ball because he's so good at it. He'll win the foul. And he just knows that even if he is going to go for the tackle and do something, quite fancy, instead of doing a skill move or something like that, he will drag it back or do a fake, So Wan-Bissaka just go sliding, and now he's open because that's what that honestly really
Yeah, no,
it could be that easy to play against Wan-Bissaka if you just watch him, you just know he's doing slide
He's
tackle.
a very intelligent player. That's what makes him great. And he likes to, what I've noticed, he likes to move into that pocket, not by the ring, just beside it, and just beside this, you could say, center attacking mid, and just roam around there and disrupt and pull people apart. And Sterling is a bit more direct. He's not exactly like Rashford, but he likes to take people on. And if you do that against Wan-Bissaka, you know.
I honestly think this it's never this black and white, but I honestly think if Foden started today's game, we lost. We lost today. If Foden started today, we lost. Or anyone else besides Jesus. Anyone else besides Jesus and Sterling, and we would have lost today. But thank God for those two shite players, anyways.
And if Aguero started, if there was one game to race Aguero back, it's this one, because the man loves scoring against us. So I would have done that if I was good.
Sure, you're gonna raise it a little bit up as well, or?
You're not great. I agree with you.
Thank you.
No, we'll talk about them. I'll be honest with you though. Fred and Scott, get in the bin. Just get in the bin. You guys are the reason we had no possession, and you guys are the reason we couldn't give a fucking pass to our forwards the whole time we were sitting back. We needed to breathe. No Paul Pogba to save us. No Donny to play us out of the back. Shite. Fred and Scott today, shite. Honestly, it's not this disrespectful because I would give them a rating. But even if I gave them the rating, by far, I think the worst players on the pitch, and I'd give them both 4s. Seriously.
I completely disagree. To be completely honest, I don't think the Matiches and the Van Dijks, or not Van Dijk, the Van der Beeks of this world, they won't do that job. They won't be extremely amazing at distribution and passing it to them. I think they. Fuck. Oh my gosh. Like, what must I do? I'm saying
You shit out the mouth. It's about it through the camera.
Emma, you're playing yourself, what you doing? You're playing yourself. The net to cut you off. It's like, I can't. For the benefit of the viewers, I cannot let them hear this.
Wow, oh my gosh. As I was saying, as I was saying, I thought they were very rugged. I thought they put in a really good shift. I thought pressing was good. I thought tackling from Fred was pretty decent. And they will never hold the ball and calm the situation down like a Matic can. But I think in terms of the direct play, in terms of making forward runs, I thought they were really decent today and they helped in our counter-attack. So for this style specifically, I think they work perfectly. And I'm gonna give the fuck. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm about to say something and it goes to one ball. I stop, it comes back. I'm gonna give Fred a 7. And I'm gonna give McTominay a 6.5.
Boys, we might have been watching 2 different games in midfield today.
Different games.
2 different games in midfield today. Yeah, I mean, maybe I can understand if you're looking at the point where you said it fits this shithouse system. Yeah, I agree. It fits the high work rate, sitting very, very deep, protecting our 2 clown centre backs. But then going forward, Clay, I'm sure you'll give us the stats now. But I don't know the stat yet, right? I haven't looked at the stat. I put my hands up. I haven't looked at the stat yet. But I'm saying now that Fred must have below 50% pass accuracy.
Okay, no, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. Okay, how bad
No,
is it?
76 was the worst in the team, though.
Oh, okay, fair.
76.
I wish you know what it is though, because it's gonna count. It's gonna count this side to side. Is there a stat that said forward passes? I doubt it, but I would like it.
Passes. Nah.
Like.
Because it's like it'll be what it is. 70%. That means 1 out of 3. Let's just say 1 out of 3, right? My math is dodgy, so don't take it to the bank. But it's just in my head it's like it's Fred to Scott to Fred, then that forward pass. Oh lord, it's not making to anyone. Then again, same thing. Scott to
I don't know,
Fred,
I didn't-
Fred to Scott. That forward pass going nowhere.
I didn't think they were horrible at it.
I
today.
thought they were
And I
awful,
think,
boy.
I think Fred retained the ball decently. He's gotten better at that. And I think they make it stick,
Fred got
which is
us the best
important in
3
this style.
times today.
I don't know. I didn't see that. Yes, that's a different story. I honestly didn't see that. I thought they made it stick pretty well.
If you
And
want to make that case.
Scott was
But,
better than Fred. Scott was
Yeah.
better than Fred today. I agree with that. I agree with
I
that.
don't
Scott was
know.
better
I
than
thought Fred
today.
was. I honestly did.
Boys, you watched two different
I'd
games.
give Fred a
man.
7.
I mean, we have
Yeah,
complete
not enough.
different ends of the spectrum. 7 and a 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clay?
Like I said, I don't deny that creativity. It's not the greatest, but I think
Okay, but
for
even
this style and off
defensively,
the ball,
Fred attempted 3
I thought it was
tackles,
great.
succeeded 1. Scott at least went 2 for 2. Like, cheer for the right guy at least.
I don't know. I didn't see that. I honestly didn't.
Oh, they were mediocre at
didn't
best.
see
I think they were
I'm being-
honestly. I
I'm
think
trying
they
to be-
were.
As honest as that. Like I'm saying this because I love Pastor Fred. I honestly thought.
I
defensively
like
he
Fred
was
as well,
better.
but I know.
Nah, Fred's been shite for the past like
Yeah.
2-3 games right now, and he just hasn't regained form.
You know what
He
it is?
hasn't looked good
Do you
again.
see somewhat of Molotis? I'm trying to look at Molotis. Defensively, I can see where you're coming from with Fred and Scott, but then it was the other way. Is why I'm marking them down so poorly because we
Yeah,
won.
no.
We won the game
They're
still.
not amazing, yeah.
But going forward today, God, they were awful. They're probably a good dream, and maybe I am being too harsh with the 4, but I think you're being too nice with the 7. If that makes sense.
Maybe tackling wise, I'm wrong since the numbers don't lie, and you can take the other stats. But I thought his positional sense was great. I thought his pressing was great, and I thought that really helped against this facing Man City.
Well, he only made 2 interceptions in the 90. Scott made 1. It's not like their positional sense is showing much if they're not intercepting the ball, you know?
Sure, sometimes
I guess
stats
you
can
really-
be weird, but stats
you
doesn't
really
tell
could
the whole
argue the
game.
numbers.
But
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, it doesn't. It never really paints the whole picture, and at the same time, it's hard to argue against numbers. So
Because yeah,
it's a weird one, but
and sometimes
I thought they
your brain
decent
only
games.
remembers what it wants to remember.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying.
That's a good.
I
point.
never. The
That's a
reason
good
I said
point.
Fred would get under 50% pass accuracy is because I don't ever count the pass that's like right there. Like one man's coming, is gonna give it quick to McTominay. I don't count those. I'm thinking the actual the passes that's gonna make a difference, whether it be a defensive pass or the forward pass. And I thought every time it mattered, and it had to influence our game, that pass never went through, ever.
I think in the first half it was like particularly evident that Fred was just giving away the ball left, right, and centre, and the same for Scott. They had no clue what they
That's
were
true.
doing.
That's why we couldn't get out. That's why I'm like we had 5% possession because our two midfielders in the pivot
As soon
couldn't
as the
get
20
us
minutes
out.
ran out, our pivot died. Our
Yeah.
pivot completely
I agree with you.
died.
I
had
agree
no
with
clue what happened. I felt like they completely crashed and burned. I felt they had a completely terrible game. Second half of this, somewhat picked themselves up, but they were just being defensive anchors. Fred made like 1 good pass, and that didn't really pay off to anything, so I can't exactly give him credit to it. It was just 1 attempt. But other than that, neither of them did anything useful besides just go side to side and sit in front of the middle of Maguire. Because that's all they did today. Admittedly,
I agree
they
with you,
did
bro.
nothing.
I
They
agree
felt
with
they
you.
squandered possession. I felt they were bad. Positionally, they were just Like Gundogan had so much free space because I had my eyes on him like a hawk because I said he was going to be a threat. He was orchestrating everything between the gaps. I was terrified every time I saw Gundogan on the pitch, and he played the full 90. I was so terrified watching him just break through our midfield like that. It was nothing. Stones had him on toast at times. It was like, why? Why? Like you're getting dribbled by John Stones.
To be fair, Scott does get dribbled by like anyone, so
Yeah, no.
And
Disappointing from them. It's really
I
was.
trust your guys. I trust your guys' football opinion, and there's 2 of you and there's 1 of me. So clearly something I wasn't seeing, and I guess as much as we all know football, to a certain extent, it does become subjective. I do think.
no,
we
it
do
does.
look
It
at
does.
football
Like
with
that's
different
what I'm
eyes.
saying. It's what your brain probably wants it to be. Like obviously, I looked at it today. Like we did win the game, but how? And I'm trying to think how did we win that game? And it was Scott and Fred a part of why we won the game in terms of like going forward. They're midfielders. I know they have a defensive job, but going forward, you'd think if we beat City 2-0, you'd think everyone's gonna have a high rating. And I think today they were awful. They didn't have anything to do. Not a pass to an assist, not an assist, not anything. Not anything. Okay, well, Maloti lag.
Enough said.
Yeah, enough said. Oh, I'll give you a rating about what scores Scott and Fred.
I would go 5s or 4s on both of them. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I'm also leaning below average with them as well. But anyways, I'm gonna wait for Moloto to be back for. Okay, he's back. Thank God, he's back. Yeah, but yeah, it's a weird one. I think you guys let us know down below what you guys thought of Fred McTominay. What I actually think would happen, if you had to just look at the majority, I would say the majority probably thought Fred was dog shite, and they probably liked Scott's performance. If I'm being honest, that's probably what our fan base thinks. But anyways, this way it gets a little bit better. This way it gets a little bit better. Bruno Fernandes, I thought he was pretty good today. Defensively, it's not his job, but he defended for our lives. Scored the penalty. The penalty wasn't his best penalty ever, but enough power. You always bet that Bruno is going to put that away. You know, penalties don't count. We still win 1-0 anyway, so you know, it is what it is. I thought creativity, didn't get the ball enough to him today. Didn't, and that's why I also gave Scott and Fred those ratings I gave, because they didn't help Bruno whatsoever today. The whole game, they helped Maguire and Lindelof for the whole 90 minutes, but they will never, not once, help Bruno Fernandes. Our Bruno Fernandes runs our attack in midfield alone. He runs it alone. So Bruno Fernandes, I stood by it. I fucking knew he was gonna do this as well today. You know, I knew he was gonna do something today, and he did it. And I'm regretting all my life decisions in life. I regret all my life decisions. All of them. But you can't hate on Bruno. He is still. That's exact. Today, it might. Some of you guys will hate on him and say it was just a penalty. But you can't hate on the guy. What you want him to do? You want him to miss the penalty. Is that what you want Bruno to do? Yeah, exactly. You want Bruno to miss penalties. Is that what you want? So Bruno Fernandes, I think he showed who's the superior central attacking midfielder today. That's all I'm going to say. I'm giving Bruno a 7.
Bruno doesn't show up in big games. They can shove.
You know what it is? They were asking for us. They were asking everyone who said that. They were asking for us.
A few seconds in penalty, he scores. I really wish he'd shushed them.
Yeah, I also wish I wish he did it.
Bloody hell.
And they went to KDB and he was like, you know, sit down, just sit down. I know, it's okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a Bruno's best, of course, but then instant transition, everything was going to him, and he was always involved, and he always kept it moving, and he was like that vocal point. We get it to him, he'll do something creative, and when you don't have that, there's a risk of you sinking too much, and when you do have that, it kind of troubles the City defenders, and it's better for the counter-attacking. So I thought he worked brilliantly for the system, scored the penalty as always, and I'm going to give him a 7.5.
Yeah, today was one of the days where he wasn't quite marked out of the game. Rodri didn't do his job well enough.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I do think Bruno just had an overall good performance because he could actually get onto the ball today. And as much as that wasn't down to the people behind him at points, I do think City were just very arrogant. They came at it going, it doesn't matter if we mark Bruno properly or not, it's fine, we'll still get the result. And Bruno did pull some really fantastic strings in the midfield today.
He did.
I think when we had the ball, he looked fantastic, and it wasn't like they even tried to get him out of play at some points. Moving forward, like every counter, Bruno was there. It was like a completely different look. It's very weird to see City be that arrogant to an extent. So again, I like Bruno's performance today. Scored the pen, even if it didn't count, he was still winning 1-0. I perfectly agree with that. So yeah, I think it was a really good performance from Bruno. It was one of Bruno's solid performances. So yeah, I'm going to 8.
Yeah. Bruno. You can't.
I think what we can take from these wins in Pep from Ole is that this style, it works against City if you have good enough players. And because more so, as you say, it's because Pep's arrogant. You know, he doesn't
same exactly the same reason why it worked against Leeds. Because Leeds ain't gonna defend.
This is why
they're not gonna park it. They will attack you.
This is what. Yeah, that's probably why they got knocked out by Lyon. Lyon probably did the same thing last year. They play on the counter. They had good enough players, and it's something you need to look at, really. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the point.
Bloody hell, it's a nightmare. They probably something they need to look at because, you know, Pep needs to realize that he's amazing, but in the Champions League he's facing amazing teams. You know, he's facing talented teams, and sometimes he might just have to think about the opposition as well, and not be as arrogant as he always is.
Especially when you know the only thing United can do is, let's just be honest, sit back.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's all. This man definitely. But we will sit back and we will
did the same thing.
counter-attack you if you allow us.
We did the same thing Wolves did. It's just that Wolves don't have our players.
Yeah.
Because with us, you might want to throw everything, that thing in the back of your mind. If we push everything, there's Martial, there's Rashford, who are going to blitz us on the counter. So that becomes a bit of a problem, and you don't know what to do. And if you have the quality players, it seems like this style works against City.
Yeah, it works. It definitely works against teams who will attack you. That's for sure. Because our players are built for this. They definitely are built for this. But Bruno. Yeah, best player in the world, my boy. That's all I'm gonna say. Best player in the world. Enough said. Prop Mike, walk out. And he's inevitable. He is the definition of the Ronaldo quote, whereas that I need more haters because the old one became fans. He is the definition of that. He is definitely he's a player. Yeah, he's a player and a half. But anyways, Rashford, my boy, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. You got an assist today, fair play. Decision making was a bit questionable today. I don't think it was horrific today, but it was a bit questionable. I do feel sorry for you, my boy. I'll be honest with you, because Oli killed you. Basically, that's basically what I'm trying to say. Oli killed you. I hope the injury, touch wood, isn't that bad, isn't that serious. But Oli has definitely killed you, run you into the ground. We want Marcus Rashford for 20 years, not for 10 years, so... Boy, you need to also look after yourself, boy. You need to start growing up. And I know it's hard to say that because I don't blame you. If I was in your position, if I was playing for United and I had a broken ankle, I would still be like, I want to play. I do not criticize you. I criticize Oli. So, it's highly unfortunate. And as much as I don't rate you as much as other people rate you, I still I'm not blind to the fact that you are a very vital part of this team. And today it wasn't your best game. I would expect you to be influenced a lot more, but don't worry, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to who was the guy making the attack click. But I'm gonna give you a 6. I thought it wasn't the Marcus Rashford-esque performance. You did get your assist, but yeah, there wasn't really anything too much that I can say that you deserve more than a 6. So.
The player will always say they want to play, and it's on Ole to say no because he's the manager and he should know better. So, I always criticize Ole for that. And I thought it was a decent game. Yes, obviously it wasn't his best, but I think whenever he had to counter beyond transition, he was decent at it, and he assisted. But oh my gosh, decision making, my life. There's times when this guy should shoot, he tries to pass. When he should pass, he shoots.
That was the
Like
problem.
Rashi.
Yeah, that was the problem today. Even today, I was like, shoot, and it doesn't shoot. I'm like, what? Why?
Dude,
Nah.
just shot a minute ago when you had to pass. No,
Yeah.
I was so frustrated at that because I think we could have had more goals. But yeah, I think it was a decent performance. I'm gonna give him a 6.5.
Yeah, I think right now with Rashi going off his injury, I think it's made me realize that why he's been so shit in moments.
I'm starting to think that as well, boy.
I 100% think he's not doing those shots right now because he doesn't back his body to sustain that shot right now. I'm pretty sure he's not doing those aggressive take-ons, doing those full 100-meter dashes to go chase a loose ball.
I'm starting to
Because
think
of
the same
injury.
thing, yeah.
Because again, like today as well, I saw his first touch completely loose at times. It was very, very.
It's like he
weird.
doesn't want to push his body to the...
Yeah, he really doesn't.
to where
And
we've seen it.
he's clearly feeling it. He's very clearly feeling it. So I'm kind of glad he went off injured right now, just because I think he's just putting himself in a very bad situation if he didn't go off today. If he didn't go off today, he would have walked it off, gone.
For
to
Rashford to go off, you must
carried on.
know something is wrong.
Yeah, exactly. When that passion merchant goes off, you know something's really, really wrong that he can't mentally go through with it.
The type of moments where I kind of do agree when you say Ola's retarded. Because this happened last season. The exact same thing happened last season.
It's the same injury.
My
We were
life.
told.
It's the
this was
same
gonna be an
injury, yeah.
He's going to nurse till he dies.
Ah,
RVP said
last time-
he had this injury. No one can tell you when you will know when you okay. Sometimes you won't recover from it, but you have to be very
Rashford
careful.
came back early as well. That's the issue.
Rashford came back like a month early.
Much earlier than expected, and now he's probably going to be out for another few months.
He needs
If
an
he isn't,
operation on the shoulder,
I'm being
guys,
very
after the
surprised.
Euros.
Yeah. I
It's
think
mad.
he's actually can't play right now. He should just get the operation now and get it over with.
It's probably
I'd
best, to be
rather-
honest. Yeah.
I want him to just be sidelined for the rest of the season. I want the
'Cause-
best for Rashi.
As much as I criticize the team, and I do think he's important, to be honest, top 4 should be easy now, even with or without Rashford.
Yes.
It should be easy. So we don't. It's not like we desperately need Marcus Rashford, you
We
know.
have the cover.
And we've got cover. That's the thing. It's just Ollie doesn't trust the cover. We as fans love our cover. You know, we like we like Diallo, we like Showtime, we love Mason, we love Martial. You know, heck,
And
even if
James.
Yes, we love that.
You love that. You guys love that. Me, I'm like, But I'll take it. You know, I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know, the form he's been in, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. So
Definitely.
yeah, the kid boy just look after himself. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, exactly. I just want the best for Rashi overall, and today it was just a air performance. I agree with the 6. There's nothing special, nothing bad, but again, I'm very thankful that he went off right now at this point in the season. I don't want him to hurt himself more, you know?
Yeah.
Whether it's,
I'm gonna leave this guy for last. This is the main event. I'm gonna leave him for last.
oh, yes,
I'm
that
really-
James last.
No. Talk about Dan James now. We'll talk about Dan James right now.
James.
We can talk about Dan
Best
James
attacker to me.
right now. Right now, we're gonna get it out of the way. Dan James. Right. I'll be honest with you, I just feel like they do want to go down Dan James' side. I don't blame James for anything today, but his work rate, like I said, can never fault his work rate. That's the reason Ollie picks him. I would like him to go more direct today. I would like him to, you know, sprint more at the defenders today. I thought when he was going up against, who was it? Was it? No, it can't be Cancelo. It was Shevchenko. Yeah, it was fine. It was fair. You know, it was fair. But then, just like we said in the preview, I must give ourselves a pat on the back. All of us three. We said that was going to happen. We said against Shevchenko, Dan James will be pretty good. Then Cancelo goes off. Kyle Walker comes on. They switch the wings. Yeah, then he got bullied. Then Dan James got bullied because now you got a fast as fuck fullback and he's strong. Yeah, it's late. So it is what it is. And I thought Dan James, I'm gonna same like Rashford. It was just that meh performance. So I'm gonna give him a 6.
The irony is priceless because you guys, I was saying this against Chelsea and then you guys disagree. I'm gonna disagree now because I didn't really see him. Honestly, I thought he was a bit direct from time to time. He'd run the defenders, but besides that, like he was just there. Yes, he didn't get the ball much. I'll give that to him. But I would have liked more of a final ball, you know, more of a presence on him. I didn't really see that, so I'm gonna give him a 5.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Dan James' performance a lot today.
Really?
I thought he was second only to Martial, obviously. Well, when you only have Rash's competition, it's not too bad. But yeah, I just thought he was really good. I thought his passing was fantastic today, honestly. I've never seen Dan James play so many progressive balls. It was frightening how many just forward balls he played that actually hit their targets. I was absolutely astounded. And again, his runs were good. And there was only one bad decision-making moment in my eyes for the entire game. So I thought he had a pretty good game overall. So I wanted 6.5.
Oh wow, I was expecting a rat higher. This
No.
guy, you're gassing off like, no, this guy could do. Yeah, dude, that is
Not
true.
gas,
You're
I'm not.
violating Dan James. You're violating Dan
It's
James.
coming.
You gas him off that much. 6.5. What do you mean?
It's just above average, because again, he didn't get the ball played to him that much. But if he got an assist today, he was getting an 8 in my book, 100%. If he walked through something today, he's getting an 8+. It was just an above average performance overall.
Dude, I was expecting like a 7 at least. Well, that intro, damn. I was like, where's Clay going with this? Where's Clay going with this? 6.5. Oh, okay, never mind then. Anyways, oh boys. Yeah, I might. Oh no, let me go first. Yes. See this guy right here. Oh, he's been going through the ringer, boys. He's been going through it. They've called him shit. They've been racist to him. He's been replaced by an old man who can't even keep fit enough. But nothing will ever change that. The fact is, at the end of the day, he's still my fucking number 9. He is my number 9 through and through. The man's hold up today. Perfection. The man's dribbling today. Perfection. The passing today. Perfection.
Near perfection.
Yeah, 95%. I allow him for that. That pass he got wrong was a bit, yeah, I can understand why he got it wrong. It was ridiculous, the pass he tried to go for. And where was I? The smile, it was there. The work rate, it was there. Yeah, City, you were scared. City, you are scared of Anthony Martial. However, you fucking should have. You know how pissed off I am when you just score that goal. Bro, I'm so pissed off. I was gonna. You were my man of the match. You're gonna get even 11 out of 10. But then that chance. It's the same like Greenwood, except today I thought, I know Greenwood has been playing well, and he's also been just missing that goal or assist. But today you didn't even just play well, you played fucking brilliantly. I thought, honestly, if it wasn't for Luke Shaw, you are definitely my runner-up for man of the match today, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I am president of Martial FC. This guy is my number 9. He showed today why he's the number 9. And honestly, Cavani can't even keep fit, so this whole thing about replacing Martial with Cavani, it's not even a proper long-term solution because he can't stay fit. The gold thing is a myth, and actually, 2 things about Martial is that 3 things actually. He fits our system 1, right? He fits our system 1. 2, he's got the legs, he's got the skill, he's got everything. He just needs those goals back, and he has proven that when he's backed, he can get it. And 3, I don't know if you guys noticed. Actually, 4 things. 4 things. Third thing. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I wrote it down in my notes so I didn't forget it. He won us the penalty today. And I don't know if you guys have noticed. We've been in a bit of a drought of penalties. And that's ever because Martial hasn't been playing. And you know who always wins our penalties? I was thinking about it today. Martial wins all our penalties. Because he's just that good in the box. And the 4th thing is, I seen the stat. But our win percentage with Martial is still double the percentage with Cavani and Mason Greenwood this season.
It's only going higher.
And it's only going higher. This man is violated by this football club. And Oli to a certain extent, I'm very disappointed in Oli because there was something I liked about Oli is that how much he backed Anthony Martial. But now, ever since Cavani came into the team, even fucking Greenwood's been getting chances ahead at number 9 than Martial. And today was the comeback. Today was the comeback. It is the return of Anthony Martial. And you know what? He's my run-off for man of the match. I'm giving him a 9 out of 10. He's probably one of my favorite. He is one of my favorite players at Manchester United. I cannot lie. No one still to this day gets me as not Bruno, not Luke Shaw, not even Pogba. And I love Pogba, but no one gets me as excited as Anthony Martial in this football club.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. If he had scored that goal, I don't care what Luke Shaw did today. He was going to be mad.
Yeah, Luke Shaw could have got a hat-trick today. I couldn't care.
This guy's hold up today was insane. It was at the highest class. I saw him so deep at times, but he was still being productive about it, and it was amazing. The dribbling,
he was angry today. He was angry.
Dude, he was agile. He was everything for us in the transition. Without him, I don't know if we would have won this game. To be honest,
I agree.
I think we would have been much deeper, and City could have taken advantage of it. So, I think really good performance from today. And bigger picture wise, I guess it's not maybe not the most valid argument, but I guess the argument is that goals, Cavani doesn't score them anyway, so we can't use Cavani to argue it. But I think if Sancho had come, it would have been so perfect because he makes space. He makes us more creative, which is something we suffer from with his hold-up. And if we had more goal scorers, we have Rashford scoring so many goals, we have Bruno scoring so many goals, we've got Sancho scoring so many goals, it would be perfect. So I guess another reason for us to get a right wing. And today, yeah, I agree with the 9. Ran out for man of the match.
Just touch on that, like, we need Sancho.
We need
Sancho.
I'm convinced, guys. I don't want a fucking striker, guys. My heart's gonna break. I might cry the day Martial leaves this football. Rafinha, fuck, even Rafinha. Yeah, if we get Haaland, as much as I'd like it, I will lose my shit. Guys, I don't think people understand how much I love this player. I love Martial so much.
If we want to get in 2 signings, I'll take Rafinha in a top centre.
Yeah. Same. I'll take Rafinha tomorrow also.
But I mean, if Sancho's on the plate,
yeah, but I'm not gonna say no to Sancho either.
Exactly. But yeah,
I don't feel okay. That's not good. It's not.
That's not good. We all know. To summarize, if we get Sancho, we're getting no one else. Yeah, but anyways.
Exactly. But yeah, you guys said it all about Martial. It was a brilliant performance today. And if you walked away with a goal, I'd be agreeing with your 9s and your 10s. But I'm just going to go a little bit lower and go for the 8s. It's a brilliant performance.
Come on. Bro. Number 9 for number 9.
Yeah, well, that missed though.
Hey, that missed it. Yeah, no, we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah. That miss is unacceptable. That miss is unacceptable. My only hope, and that's just because I'm only going to
He's
defend
harmed
him.
himself.
And that's the thing, I'm only going to defend
Martial-
him because I like him. And my only hope, my only excuse that I can give Marshall for that one is that he thought he was offside, and they're just like, you know, let him just kick it. But even then,
Nah,
bro,
mate.
how are you not finishing
We've said
that?
this before. This guy's too cool. This guy is too cool. Like the obvious ones, far post, there's so much space. Nah, I'm gonna try trick Edison, open my body up and go near post. Oh my gosh. Nah.
That's the only thing that pissed me off today about Marshall. It was at that moment I didn't give him man of the match. It was just at that moment I was like, you know, you're not like I'm violating you, sure, if I don't give him. man
I
of the
counted
match.
it 3-0. Coming on the show, we smashed City.
Dude, I was also counting. I wasn't even here. I was gonna say anything. I was gonna be like, Martial's back. Yeah, well, I still said he's back, but I was gonna go ham if Martial scored that goal. Yeah, I was gonna go ham.
Dude.
Martial. I'm glad. I'm actually glad. Low key, I don't like our players to be injured, and I know Cavani also is quite important. But honestly, I couldn't give two fucks if Cavani couldn't play the rest ever. If he couldn't play another game for United, I couldn't give two fucks because
Okay.
I love Anthony Martial. Cavani can't do what Martial does. He cannot do what Martial did today. No chance. Not even prime Cavani could do what Martial did today. No chance. He might get you your goals, but like I said, it's a bloody myth. Yeah, it's a myth. You're getting biased. The media, the English media, they're influencing you guys. Don't have it. Martial is a gem of a football. You know.
Yeah.
Tell you-
Our striker problem. We shouldn't have been talking about Martial and Cavani. The striker problem is with Ole. He needs to get, which is very ironic because Ole was a striker. So
Oli is also
yeah.
a super sub, but he doesn't know much about substitution.
Did he make a sub today? It didn't feel like it.
Mate,
It's like
Did he
Rashford
make a
forced-
good sub today? Rashford was forced.
Bruno went up in the 90th now, I'm looking at Martial in the 88th. So no, not really. You didn't really make subs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brandon
He made
Williams?
defensive-
Yeah, I brought
Yeah,
Baron.
he
Yeah, I
made
did
defensive
notice. Did you watch? I was laughing when I seen it.
I did
He
not.
made defensive subs for Matic and Williams when he's 5 at the back.
Yeah.
Joke.
It wasn't even for short. I was like, okay, maybe it's gonna take Shaw for 1 minute. They can't score 2 goals in a minute anyways. But then no. Martial, okay. Martial, okay, he's fine. Dude, ish. I feel like no, you know what, let me go. Malota must go last because he needs to raise it up. Because yes, he's killed our squad. Let's not lie. He's killed our squad. This is just a whole long thing. So I don't think, and the long term effects still it affected today because this Rashford thing is gonna piss me off. We didn't have Donny today, and our midfield pivot, in my opinion, was so shit. So I'm still gonna knock him for that. I don't blame him for the team selection because, like, really in the pivot, you can play Matic, but even me, I'm like, I don't know about that one. No, do you really expect? I'm sure lots of us would put on Diallo if we are managers of United. So, but then if you look at Oli, you'd never do that. But I'm still gonna slate him for it because, in my opinion, that's my opinion. He beat Pep. He's known to beat Pep. Was I happy with the football we played? No. I'm telling you, your stat will say 34% possession. I'm telling you now, as a United fan, we had 5% possession. Because even when we had the ball, we do nothing with it anyways. You'd say we had never won this game. But we won it 2-0. I tell you afterwards, we won it 2-0. So, I don't know. Can I give him that? I just don't know what I want to give Oli. I just don't know what to give Oli. But I'm not gonna violate too much. I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, I think it's hard to put past results right now when City are 15 on the run unbeaten, you know. Not unbeaten, just not drawing either. It's completely winning, and we put an end to that. So as much as there were issues today, he made his system work. We took our chances, they didn't. It's as simple as that for today. It sucks to say that, but yeah, we got the result. I hated how we played every minute of it.
Yeah, no, I think you
It was
lied
shite.
if you say you were happy with the way we
Yeah.
played.
Exactly. Our pivot was shite. The only bright sparks were Shaw, Martial, sometimes Bruno. That's about it. No one else really looked like anything. And for a squad that has so much individual talent, we didn't use any of it for once, which is very weird again.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like is just such a coward. That's the best.
That's the thing.
He's a
That
coward.
Oli's a coward. That's what it is.
And I hate that at Manchester United. That's one thing I will always hate. I thought his subs were shit. He could have done so much better, so much sooner. I felt like Fred was very aggravated in the first half. I would have done a straight swap for Matic at the 45-minute mark. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, it's done. It's another red card waiting to happen. I'm not risking it. Fred's getting a bit aggressive, a bit apprehensive. He's not getting his way. And again, I just felt like we didn't make any progress today. Despite the result.
we didn't make progress today.
We didn't make progress. We're only set back because Rashford's probably going to be out for a few months, realistically.
Yeah.
Because it's a serious injury, and he's probably going to have a surgery now if he's out. It only makes sense.
I'd see why not. Like if whatever the injury, it might not be related to his shoulder because it looked like it was a foot problem. If he is going to leave him out for a while, I'd say do your operation now. Don't delay it.
Exactly, and I think if we're just going to have Rashford out for a week, then at the end of Euros he's still going to get surgery. Then why not just do it all at once?
Just
you
right
know,
now,
just
yeah.
let him be fit for next season.
When Rashford comes back, let's know we're gonna get that.
Yeah, I think there was just a lot better that he could have done. Lucky with Shaw as well.
They're very lucky on Shaw. Yeah. I'd have lost my mind. I would have given Oli a 0. I tell you what, if we lost Rashford and Shaw today, giving Oli a 0.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw is saving your ass today.
Player management, I don't know. But yeah, it was just poor from him with that regard. I know it isn't the best to bring on Tellers or something for a defensive sub, you know, because he is a more attacking player. But even Brandon Williams could come on and help that defensive load. He can bring on Axel, help the defensive load.
I'm surprised he didn't make that sub as well.
I don't know. I don't know, but I think you could have done more right now. That's all I'm trying to say. I think you could have done better. Like he played Dan James today. I don't know why you can't play Amad Diallo as at least a sub if you're playing Dan James every week.
Yeah.
As much as we got the results. Not much to complain about. It feels a bit nitpicky, just overall, and just the overall frustration with Ali. That's all this is. But yeah, there's just credit where credit is due today. It was a 2-0 City. We did fantastic. Can't say anything else. We got the results. 7.
Woo!
Yeah. Life 7 can play. It's gonna rain cats and dogs. I'll start with the negative.
Now raise me up.
I'll start with the negative. What he's doing to the players is not right. Like, if a player's injured, you don't play him. And it'll benefit us more on the long run. And Rashford's injured now because of him. And his subs are a bit iffy. So, not perfect from Ole. I think he can do better. And with the subs as well, like, be more brave, you know? As you say, play Diallo. Bring on Tellers when it needs to happen. Stop destroying our players, which are going to affect us negatively in the long run. So I didn't like that. But there's a lot of positives because I feel like we just beat the champions elect. And that's something to be happy about. We didn't score a goal against us. That's something to be happy about. And I think it was a lot of it's because the players were very disciplined. They did what all they wanted, and they carried out the plan to perfection. And in terms of how the style I want us to play, look. Going forward, I don't mind if we do this against the bigger teams. I feel like I want us to be on the ball a little bit more, even when we do this. And against the smaller teams, I want us to play more. So I just want to balance more. If it's his style, he's the manager, you know, he has to embrace his personality of the team. But it needs massive improvement.
Oli is
dull.
Yeah.
But for the short term, look, how many games are left? We play a lot of games this season.
That's a good question.
We're still second.
Yeah, that's it.
We look good for top 4, and for that more so. Yes, the bragging rights are cool, but they don't really mean much because they're freaking 11 points clear us. But for top 4, I think it's a really good result, and I'm gonna give Ole an 8.
Yeah. I was gonna say bragging rights don't mean much when they don't have fans, anyways. But you know, I allow it. Let me allow it. Yeah.
Can't break.
I know one City fan.
11 points clear.
Literally. I know one City fan that I have on my contact list, and you know. Yeah, he was
like the come to the set. You won the battle. The City gonna win the war.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I'm telling you now, and I'll tell my end on this, because I'm telling you now. Pep lets us win. Just think about it. Pep, you just start paying attention. I don't know how long this is gonna go on for now, but Pep lets us win. This bold-headed fraud, he knows what he's doing. He's gonna be like, oh no, they could see. So. I'm telling you. Because he knows Pochettino's in this team. Oh, yeah.
There was one game where I felt like Pep actually catered for the opponent, which was when they won the league for the second time, we went to Anfield and Mahrez missed the penalty. And then they held the ball so much, they played slow because they knew Liverpool's pressing is insane. But besides that game, he'll go to Liverpool and just play a madness. And he gets thrashed.
That's what I'm
Besides
saying.
the
It's a
season,
conspiracy.
he'll
How
get
does
the
this team put 4 or 5 past Liverpool and then nah. It's not going fish.
That's because Liverpool's dead right now. They don't press the
That's
same
true.
way. They're not the same team.
Yeah,
But-
very dead.
Bottom line is, Pep is a little bit arrogant. He needs to realize he doesn't have Iniesta, Xavi, and Squits. That's just the reality. And he doesn't have Puyol at the back. He doesn't have those players.
De Bruyne. It's move.
He has top players. He has top players, but we're talking about some outstanding players here at Barcelona. So he needs to realize that, and if he wants to win the Champions League, make a tweak here and there.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say is that obviously we will check you guys in the next one where we talk about the Milan preview. So tomorrow, we'll do the preview tomorrow for AC Milan. Big game. Hopefully we get some clarity on Rashford and, just some in general news about the team. Donny's of this world, the Pogba's of this world, those guys, Cavani maybe, even though I couldn't be asked about it. And to end it off, I shall say that a certain ginger/blonde midfielder, highly classified in the world, people rate him for who knows what reason. He goes by the name of KDB. I've heard he's missing. If you guys could find him, it'd be appreciative. Last seen Manchester, United Kingdom. It would be very helpful if you could find him. And he was last seen in Bruno Fernandes's pocket. Yeah. And the superior Cam showed today. He showed you guys. You can cry all you want. Fernandes, all of that stuff. You can cry as much as you want. But Bruno does what Bruno does. And I love the bastard for it because even today, he showed to me today, Shoni, how dare you let your best friend influence your decision of putting me on the bench of a fantasy team, and then he punished me. And then he punished me. And I take it on the chest, bro. I will never, ever in my life disrespect you like that again. Never in my life. I'll never disrespect you like that again in my life. And all because of Salah. Fucking Salah. But I'm allowed.
I think a lot of people victim of that this week because listening to the official.
It wasn't.
FPL
Bruno was the
podcast,
second
they were
highest
saying-
captain.
They were all saying, "Oh, it's time to drop Bruno now." Oh, I think it's time.
I tell you who I am dropping on fantasy. Salah, the fraud. And Bruno, I'm sorry, boy. You forgive me. I'm never dropping you again in my life. That's the first time and only time I'm ever going to drop you. Even if you are injured for the whole season, you will be on my bench. 11 million on my bench. I promise you, okay? But anyways, if you're interested in the channel, just subscribe, just smash a like, let us know your player ratings down below. And we will check you tomorrow for the Milan preview.